Hello everyone, I hope you guys are having a wonderful day, making some really good trades, and yup, let's just get into it. Right now we can see that Bitcoin coming up to 22,400 and getting some resistance right here around the blue line, and you can see right now it is starting to come down just a little bit. Again, we are quite overbought on the 4-hour time frame. We are forming a bit of a bearish divergence. Actually, I would say quite very defined bearish divergence right now on the 1-hour time frame. As you can see, price is making higher highs and the RSI is making lower highs. So there you go, you have a divergence right there. Now, does this mean we are going to completely start dumping and crashing? Maybe not. Again, the CPI is going to be tomorrow. The expectations are set at basically 8.1%. On the lower end is supposed to be 7.9 and the higher end is supposed to be 8.3, but the previous one was 8.5. So as long as we maybe come down under 8.5, then that would be good. But again, we really want to be underneath that forecast. That would give us a nice little rally in the markets. The markets are looking to become, or to get on, risk on. You know, you can see that the Nasdaq, has been selling off. We have gotten quite a bit of nice rally in the last couple days, last couple trading days, and overall the market is just waiting on this data, because this data is going to not only drive the markets in the short term, but it is going to affect the decision of the Fed next week, September 21st, whether they raise the rates 75 basis points or 50 basis points or maybe even 100 basis points, depending on what this data is going to be. Overall, they keep saying that it's already been priced in and they are not going to change it, but again, the Fed is data reliant. Let's take a look at the market cipher on the daily time frame. We can see we have a nice little reversal triangle right here with a 0 and a 9. So maybe we're gonna see just a little bit more upside, or maybe we're going to see a bit possible double top form. Paul has been typing in the Discord that he does see the scenario happen where we could potentially start to dump tomorrow, reverse back up, but if we don't break 22,500 and form a double top, that is going to be extremely bearish, and he sees the price ripping down afterwards. Again, this scenario is very, very possible. But again, I have been looking at the S&P 500 and maybe seeing a little bit of downside before we see a little bit more upside, and then form a potential double top here, tagging that 200-day moving average once again, or maybe even piercing it just a little bit and getting a lot of people bullish, breaking this major trend line, and then ultimately reversing down after. Again, a lot of people keep saying that CPI is going to be coming down now because the oil prices are coming down, but people don't know why oil prices are coming down. Again, why oil price is so important about the CPI, because it's almost 1/3 of the CPI is energy, right? Basically oil and natural gas, but mostly oil. And we can see that oil right now has been coming down significantly, but the reason it's been coming down is because the Federal Reserve has been flooding the market while using their strategic petroleum reserve, using their emergency reserves when they're not supposed to, only to push the price down artificially, right? They are oversupplying the demand in the US to drive the price down, right? Eventually, this reserve is going to run out. I don't have a chart right now I was looking for one on TradingView to show you guys how much they've used, but I believe the reserve contains 750 million barrels, and now they are down to around maybe like 400 million barrels, I believe. I was doing some research before doing my video right now. So they've used a significant amount of oil, and technically they can keep this up, and they can maybe even flood the market some more and push the price of oil down even more, maybe to around my $75 target before the elections, and then you're going to see the CPI come down even more. But eventually, this is just a short-term plan to solve a long-term problem, and it's not gonna work, right? Yeah, you'll push down the price of oil temporarily, but ultimately, once you run out of that oil, that strategic petroleum reserves, what do you do then, right? Do you just let the price go up and then you just say, oh well, we don't know what to do now? You have to allow the oil companies in the US to produce more, but right now it's going against their narrative, their Green New Deal, right? Their pro to save the planet and all that. But again, it doesn't mean I'm against it, but there's a time and place for everything. And right now, it's not the time to do that because we are in a recession, and we have to drive the prices down of fuel and energy and all the other goods, because basically oil drives basically the cost of everything else, because it's there's almost fuel and oil and everything, right? So again, to not let oil companies produce oil will only further, increase the pain of the US and maybe allow fracking in the US. But again, it does not go with the narrative, so I guess we're just gonna have to suffer. Anyways, moving on, let's take a look at the price of gold. Gold's been chopping sideways. Again, I think the gold price and the gold investors are sort of waiting for the next, move based on the CPI tomorrow. This is actually starting to look like a potential little bit of a bear flag right here. If you guys don't see it, something like this. Again, a little bit premature, but yeah, it's starting to form itself right here, making higher highs and higher lows. So let's just see what happens tomorrow. If this does break down, then you could potentially maybe see another leg down to 1679 and maybe a pierce even of 1679, and you could technically go to lower levels. Just because I am a big bull on gold does not mean I know everything. I could be wrong 100%. And talking about precious metals, let's take a look at silver. Silver getting a massive update today. As you can see, the price surging over 4.5% on silver. Absolutely amazing day on silver. Actually 5%. Wow, a big move on silver there. Again, I think Kenny was anticipating this move on silver or something like that. He had some calls going out, and so we're actually going to have an announcement for Kenny in the Discord soon, hopefully. I'll keep you guys up to date on that. Some sneak peek, but right now, overall, just waiting to see what that news is going to be tomorrow. For the time being, I am in a short position, a little bit of a short position. Again, nothing too big. I have my stop loss set to limit my losses if the price does go against me. But ultimately, I do expect the price to get a little bit of a pullback at least after this massive surge that we've had. And yeah, in the long term, I am bullish, but in the short term, I still see some more downside for Bitcoin. I still think that the S&P 500 and the Dow Jones will start to come down, and we will take out these lower lows. Again, Jim Cramer saying that the markets have bottomed and stocks have seen their lows. It's probably the most bearish indicator that I've seen in a while. So just get ready for some more downside. I'm just kidding. Again, none of this is financial advice. Please do your own research. I'm just giving you guys my opinion and my take on the markets. Ultimately, I still think Bitcoin will go down to these levels around $8,500 to $9,000 now. As the price chops sideways and moves, keeps going sideways, I keep lowering my target around this channel. Love you guys. Thanks for supporting the channel. You guys are awesome. We're at 12,300 subscribers. I can't thank you guys enough. We are at, almost a milestone around 15,000. Maybe I'll do a live stream giveaway then, but ultimately you guys know when that big giveaway is going to be is when we reach 25,000 subscribers. So I guess we're almost halfway there. We're 12 or we're almost there. But yeah, if you guys want to join the Discord and see all my trades, the link is in the description. Again, none of it is financial advice. I just give you guys my calls and what I am doing for myself. You guys can copy me if you want. But again, it's always best to do your own research and trade on your own. Love you guys. I'll talk to you guys later. Peace. If you guys want to sign up for Big Get Trading, the link is in the description. And that's where I'll do all my crypto trades. Peace.